Look, Utah I thought played really well. I think it was definitely not one of our best games. I think tactically I got it wrong out of possession in the first half, so I'll take that. I thought second half it was a much better response. We tweaked a couple things, and I thought players who came on were really bright. I thought, no pun intended, but Messiah, I thought really helped us in the second half to just hold the ball up a little more and progress the ball forward.
What's up, H-Town and all around OSG, Dynamic Foxtrot on the other side. This is the Dash Dispatch. As I said, the Dynamic Foxtrot is back with me again this week. What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
Hey man, pretty good. Eventful weekend. It's been a lot of interesting results. But those taking the best one. But of course we're here to talk about Dash, so let's get to it, man.
Hey, shout out to those with the big win in Colorado against the third best team in the next Pro West. So and saving themselves, keeping themselves in it, and a Femi red card for Dose. You heard it right. A Femi red card for Dose. He's been benched to Dose, and he gets a red card. Oh my god! I think it was the first half too, which is
Yeah,
insane.
I believe it was in the 35th minute.
Yeah,
So it was like, man, like Houston took out a massive result out of Colorado.
I know it was an own goal, but still, come on. It's a win, a win, a win, a win.
Yep.
All right. Let's get into this one because we got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to get into. I like to give the updates since we sent Zoe Matthews and Rebeca both to Logroño. I like to give the updates weekly. This week they played Barcelona in Barcelona, got their asses handed to them 4-0. But Zoe got the start.
That's
Last
pretty
week
good.
as left mid. This week as left forward or left striker, whichever one you want to call it. He played up top. All right, she did all right. She did all right. But it's tough. This team is just joining Liga F, getting promoted, and then Real Madrid, Sociedad, and now Barcelona right off the bat. God,
No,
insane. So,
Barcelona. Yeah, we mentioned in the last episode, but Barcelona's one of the best teams in the world.
yeah,
So it was gonna be almost impossible to beat them.
that's man, what a crazy start to the season. But you know what? You go out there and you show out, and they did okay. They did okay. But Zoe did start, like I said up top, played 66 minutes, and then Paula Portillo came in and substituted her in. Rebeca also came in the 66th minute and
Yeah, yeah.
played the last 24 minutes plus or whichever, and looked like she did okay as well for her first minutes as well. That's our first minutes for the team. So it looked like she did okay. Good. I'm happy with it. But any thoughts on Zoe and Rebeca there?
Happy to get that playing time. Of course, I'm gonna keep saying it every single time. It's great that they get not only experience but also experience abroad. That's just having that type of exposure to that type of competition, especially when they return to NWSL, they can then translate that to the field of play. So looking forward to it, and I hope they keep getting playing time.
Yeah, I hope so too. Rebecca Moore, Zoe, I guess, kind of got to find her place. I mean, they're using her on the left, but they use her left mid and left forward right now. So we'll see what she is. But we thought she was a defender, so we'll see what happens. We'll see what they do with her the rest of the season. So congrats to them. All right, moving on. Dash made a sign with Anna Heilferty, right? Anna Heilferty's short-term contract, which is typically 10 days, so you get her for maybe 2 games. Basically a trialist, trying it out, see if she fits in. I I only bring it up just because these short terms usually don't even see the light of day. So I don't know. Does she get a chance?
I believe so, only because according to the press release, the agreement does last through 2025. So I'm guessing she's gonna be here for the next couple months, or at least to see what happens in the next 6 games. So it's definitely good to have her as depth, and definitely something that we can take a look, especially how the Dash managed to get results out of this last stretch of games.
I mean, yeah, depth. You still have Westfall that you're not using. That's on the bench. I mean,
Yep.
you bring this one in who did play for the Spirit, got drafted in 21, but what has she done lately? So I don't know what she's here for, but we'll get into more into it here in a minute with other moves that the Dash made. But Ramona Bachmann was mutually departed, which we kind of talked about a few months ago. Like, once she got her injury, the writing was on the wall, right? And everybody knew, like, all right, your contract's going to end. Just be free, get paid, enjoy your new baby, and get healthy. Ramona Bachmann. I wish there was more of Ramona Bachmann than what we got, but it is what it is. We have to move. Sorry, but I was excited for it and then got disappointed. Foxtrot, you?
Same. Although I'm not surprised because the writing was on the wall, like you said. It's already been too long, and it was more so of an excuse absence. Of course, it's definitely good to be with family, and especially having a birth in your family is definitely way more important than soccer. So I'm happy that she got what she wanted, and I do wish her the best in the future and to whatever's ahead of her. So just kind of disappointed that I've been very hyped to see her play more since the first day she came in, as she looked extremely promising. And of course, she's been missing a ton of games up until this point, so disappointed because of that. But at the end of the day, I'm happy that both parties got what they wanted, and Dash, I believe, they get a roster spot back, so that's useful.
Roster and international spot back.
Yep.
So, yeah. And she was just injury prone and never got a chance. So, because of her injury. So, once she got started, she got hurt again, or then she took the excused absence. And granted, your wife is having a baby across the ocean, 6 hours away. So, what do you do? What do you do? All right. How do I lead this off? Our dumbasses traded Natalie Jacobs away for 75 grand and Malia Berkely. Why? I don't know. Has to be a mutual thing where Natalie was like okay with the move, or why are we shopping her? I don't know, man. I mean, I miss Natalie Jacobs already. And this is preference to before the game, but we sold our center back, our starting center back, who has been doing a hell of a job. Gets pushed up into the offense and creates and scores. Gets in, like, just does everything. Stegosaurus. You know what? Was Natalie Jacobs. What the? Andres,
Yep.
what happened?
I don't know. Honestly, like I don't know what happened here. If I'm more so leaning towards what the player wanted, and maybe the club was looking for like a different type of defender. But like you said, it kind of doesn't make sense because she's been a starter. She's been playing very well for the Dash, and she gets credit for the latest performances before the game against Utah. So it's definitely definitely mind-boggling for sure. And it's, I mean, the trade itself, like with it to get some cash heading to next year, and a player
75
to look
grand's a
forward
lot.
to. Yeah, but like you said, we're missing a starter here that could have been extremely important in the last stretch of games. So it's that it could be controversial depending on how things go.
I mean, right now, like, I think a lot of people are still questioning the move. Why at this time? Maybe she's out of contract, whatever, and maybe she wanted to go, and this is the best deal. Hey, can I trade you? Can we get rid of you now and get something out of it to benefit the club? Yeah, sure you can. I'm used to native. I'm not native. I'm used to. Let's go. Tell me, play me off. WTF? I mean, 75 grand towards next year, by the way, next year, not 2025, is a lot of money. It's a lot of money for players coming in because as you see for the women's, you like $75,000. But for women's soccer right now, $75,000 goes a long way. It's not like men's where it's you're expecting $750,000.
Very
Oh
significant for sure. Yeah.
yeah. So $75,000 is a lot of money. You do get an experienced center back in return who we don't use for the coming game before we even whatever. We'll get back into it. But Natalie Jacobs, man. So Natalie Jacobs. Oh man. So you already said it. So let's just move on. Malia Berkely. Malia Berkely, $75,000 on top for 2026. All right. Malia Berkely coming from North Carolina Courage. Was a good starter for the past 3 years, or really past 2 years. The year before that, she was building in. And then this year, really not playing too much. Playing half the time, really, I guess. So I go again. I don't understand the move. And then he doesn't play in the game at all. We go to Katie Lynn, but we'll get into that later. Malia Berkely, what are your expectations for Malia Berkely besides, man, we traded Natalie Jacobs away?
Super high expectations because, like you said, we just traded one of our best defenders for her. So the expectations out there that she should be contesting for the starting position here. And of course, it's not going to be easy right away. Of course, things can always change depending on the practice of the Fabrice. So it's just a matter of how she is able to gel very quickly. And in the, in the next 6 games, as critical as it is in the position that we have to keep pushing for points, she better show up because she has a ton of expectations, and you could even say big shoes to fill here.
Yeah, absolutely. Big shoes to fill. We need a center back, and now is she the one? It's not Paige. Paige is not your center back. 4 foot, 4'5" incredible Hulk fight out of Paige Nielsen, but she's not your center back. So now it's Malia Berkely is going to be your center back because there's no confidence in Katie Lynn. We'll get into that later as well. I mean, we might as well just get into it now. There's no confidence in Katie Lynn, and then she didn't prove it in the game at all. She didn't play minutes before in games previous at all. Not like a minute, not even wash time. 3-0 against San Diego. No Katie Lynn. So, did we not know we were going to make this trade? Give her a couple minutes to get settled in? So, this trade blows my mind, but Angela's cooking. I hope we didn't make this trade a little premature because of the future, or we just had to make it because Natalie Jacobs was leaving and we kind of snuck a deal behind her back. It's like, hey, you're leaving. I found a trade for you, by the way. Re-sign with them if you want to. You're out. But Angela's not Angela could be like that, tell you the truth. I don't know, man.
Could be like it's like how trades are. Of course, at the end of the day, this is a business, and whatever is the best option for the club. 99 time. Well, there's a 99% chance that the club itself is going to take those type of sacrifices, and here it could just be something mutual, or it could just have been something that, like you said, Angela was just looking forward to, or a player that's trying to bring in, or something that's got to be part of the project long term. It just sucks because it was another important piece in the puzzle that unfortunately we just lost, and it's all about how we can manage the assets that were received and how this player is able to fulfill those type of expectations from fans. Because you say Natalie Jacobs, a lot of times it's more so a safety more than anything, which could have been a thing that we needed this game against Utah.
Hey, look, Malia Berkely is going to have to prove it really a lot. Expectations, like you said, are going to be high. You're covering Natalie Jacobs, and you're doing it in a situation where we're trying to make the playoffs, and are you the future center back as well? are we going to make another move? Were you just a backup with 75 grand looking for that next center back? I don't know. So I don't know. All right, let's move. Let's move. Let's get into more bad news. You know what?
Of course.
I said it out loud. More bad news. I don't like the Natalie Jacobs trade. So I guess her honeymoon will be in North Carolina. I'm sure she already had it, by the way. So, but all right. Sophie Schmidt did suffer a season-ending injury. Her knee did get hurt, and we did assume right when it happened. So we're sad for Sophie. Sophie did get her season-ending injury. We miss her super sub coming off the bench with excitement. A CDM, a center back as well that we could use right now. But all right, Andres, Sophie Schmidt, season-ending injury. ...
It's really disappointing. And I was very afraid of that when the game, obviously the second half, that she came in and she was on the ground. I, I was like, yeah, I fear for the worst because it's in the knee. Obviously, she's the type of player that is gonna give you everything, and unfortunately, it came out to this. So it happened in San Diego, and it's really unfortunate because that was a big win, and it did suck for me to see her go like that after just coming in. So like I wish her a speedy recovery. Thankfully the surgery was successful, so it should be a few more months, and I just hope that she is ready to go as soon as possible for next year.
For who, though? Since I
Right.
believe she's out of contract and retired for international duty, will she be able to come back from it? Will she be able to find another team? It probably will not be here at all.
Yeah,
I, I,
that's
we're going to miss her.
that's the big question. Like it's at the end of the day, we just talked about it as a business, and we'll see if she's still part of the project. But of course, age, injuries, it's very doubtful. Although I will definitely it will definitely suck to see her go like that.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is because of the age, because of the role that you're in now, the position you're in with the team. It just you maybe be able to find a role with somebody, maybe a role with us, maybe I don't know. We'll see what the roster looks like. Built coming into the next season. It'll be one of those where someone's going to wait till she's healed and training again before they sign her to a contract. So, all right, bad news again, man. Bad news again. Houston go to Utah. The 6-game unbeaten streak is stopped.
You're laying it out today with the bad news.
I know. Well, I mean, I'm look. I didn't plan it out that way. By the way, I didn't plan it out.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
written that way. It's just written, and it might say bad news, bad news, bad news. I mean, or it might be improv, but I'm looking at it. I'm like, oh, bad news, man. Do I have any good news up on here? We'll see. All right. Utah, we lose 2-0. The 6-game unbeaten streak goes down the drain. Not only did we lose, we gave up a goal in the 4th friggin' minute. But let's go back to the starting lineup. The starting lineup, Clarissa Larissy gets a start again as striker. But what was the one change? Oh God.
Katie Lynn starting
Yeah.
for
Oh
the first
yeah.
time in like
I'm
June.
trying to forget.
You cannot forget.
I know. So
She is the starter now.
yeah. Yeah. Oh my God. I love you, Katie Lynn, but you struggled this season to start. You got benched. You come back, you struggled this game mightily. But Katie Lynn got to start at center back over a missing Natalie Jacobs, who got no playing time for North Carolina as well, or either, and when I say Berkeley. But Jacobs didn't get no playing time whatsoever. So we get Katie Lynn. Katie Lynn starts, and at first I'm optimistic. I'm okay with it. I see it. You know, I've been asking for her anyways. You know, I believe in her, but man, the totality of the season plus this game and the way she played did not look good to me. Andres, what was your perspective of it? It could have been a good one. It could have been. I don't know. My perspective was just I was just sad. I was sad. Maybe I was just hating on Jacobs being gone or not, and Lynn was the just took the brunt of that one on that, and maybe that's where my feelings are. But I try to keep it real.
Yeah, heading into this game, I was concerned because, of course, the Natalie Jacobs trade and seeing how the Dash are just able to perform on the road, even if it's against Utah Royals, a team that is significantly down this season and has been getting a ton of some results right around the start of the summer break. And I mean, the outlook of this game, I firmly believe it's the opposite of the game against San Diego in all aspects. Like we came into Utah and like the almost the entire first half was just Utah's game for the taking. And if you were able to see the post-game press conference with Fabrizio Torrado, which if you haven't seen it yet, I recommend checking it out on Fox TV. Like he even apologized because he understood that he got the incorrect game plan to start.
But you said apologize. But go ahead.
Yeah, he did admit it. He did apologize for that. So it was like, I mean,
well, what did he say? Go ahead and tell him what he said in case some of these people didn't get to hear the press conference or hadn't listened to it yet. What did Fabrice apologize or admit to? He messed up on the tactics, right?
On the tactics side, and it's in between the words of trying to possess the ball, and just being unable to try and figure out how to deal with Utah's press, because you saw in the first half and a good chunk of the second half, like Utah was just all over the ball and just like haunting Houston, like in every single aspect of like every time they went forward, they were losing the ball almost immediately and really unable to create a lot of attacking opportunities that way. So it's definitely concerning because we had like an almost perfect game against San Diego, and of course our expectations as fans, because we were on the verge of extending the unbeaten streak to 7 games and setting a new club record. Of course, our intention was not to put the Dash players in that position, but we're just telling it like it is, and just impressed with like how far the Dash have gone so far, especially considering that we've been in bad situations, and this is definitely not bad at all. Like this is definitely a huge improvement, but still, like even the team, the coaching staff felt way different in this game, and like for the first half on, it felt like they were way behind on things, and the scoreline could have been way worse, honestly.
And I'm glad Fabrice made the admission that you brought up and apologized for and got the tactics wrong, trying to possess and this and that. And, a lot of times when I go back, I'm not a professional coach, but when I was coaching, a lot of the ideas that I had for the team and trying to build our tactics and trying to build our strategy and trying to build off our formation and how we wanted to play the game, I taught the girls to play our game that we are learning and that we are training and make our opponent adjust to us. And it felt like Fabrice adjusted to Utah a little too quickly prior to the game and not trusted in his tactics that he's installed with this team, and then made adjustments to Utah with their press. He did it a little too quick. stick to your tactics, stick to your game, play your game, let your opponent play their game, and then let's build off the tactics after that. 15 minutes, right? As long as you don't go down, too bad. Granted, you went down 1-0, and we're going to play it off, and we're going to admit to you, as we did in the press conference, that, hey, I chose the wrong tactics to start the game. We did better in the second half, obviously proven in the second half, but we didn't score. We didn't bring the second half dash. So that's one thing I tried to do as a coach, no matter who our opponent is. And I scouted opponents. Even in youth, you can scout your opponents. You know your opponents. So in NWSL, it's obviously a lot easier. You know your opponents. No reason to change their tactics. Utah was in good form, yes. Bottom of the table, yes. But they're not winning. They're drawing. They had 1 win, 1 draw, 1 win, 3 draws, 1 loss. And they're playing better, but they're not scoring, is what I meant to say. They're not scoring at all. So I don't know why we changed our tactics. We should have kept pressing, should have kept pushing, playing our dash little game and make Utah adjust to us and do something different. They're at home. This game is always a fight. So, man. So, but Fabrice admitted to it. Go ahead.
Yeah, and if I can add, you mentioned that they struggled scoring here over the course of the season. I mean, the game against Houston, they were scoring bangers and creating those type of opportunities that, I mean, one of them was called offside, but it was like such a banger that it kind of just looked like it was a goal either way. And I believe the second goal was the one that got called offside initially, but then got restored as a second goal.
Yeah.
But I mean, like the opportunities, especially in the first half, like the game could have gone out of control easily, and credit to the Dash to like at least containing some of it. And I'm not saying like a good chunk of it, because like Utah was like all over that game in the first half, so like Houston maintained as much as possible, and things improved a little bit in the second half, but of course, they still managed to lose the game, unfortunately.
I apologize, Katie. Made the difference in this game right here. Just threw off the entire team because there were no other changes. There was no other. Everything was settled. Somebody mentioned this loss was a good loss for the team to take. In the moment, they were floating on cloud 9. I didn't feel that aspect of the dash floating on cloud 9, because we've never been on cloud 9 at all, except for making the playoffs that one year and hosting Kansas City. That's got to be cloud 9. And then having a sold out stadium.
Probably a Challenge Cup in 2020, but obviously that was a different time.
Yeah, that's a shortened tournament too, and yeah, cool. You won 3 games and then won a 4th, blah blah blah. But yeah, it's I didn't think. No, I didn't think we need a loss. Not a loss against Utah after what you did to San Diego, 3rd place or 4th place, San Diego at the time. In San Diego, you're on the 6th game unbeaten streak. Then you go to Utah, who's in last friggin' place, scored 15 goals in 19 games this season. Now scored 17 goals in 20 games. You scored 24. That was 8. That was 9 more than your opponent. You had a great chance, but like I said, Utah was in good form going into this game over their past few games, and they were pulling out draws 1-0, 1-1. So that was just super unfortunate. But all right, I want to hear your thoughts before mine on this one. Allysha Bowden did finally debut. She did get 30 minutes.
Finally.
And she did sub in for Chappie, so we got everything right. You're gonna sub for Chappie, or you're gonna replace Chappie, whichever. Y'all gonna rotate. But she came in 30 minutes early, 60 minutes, and got some time. Took corner kicks. What did you think of Allysha Bowden in her debut for the Houston Dash? In Italian, please.
I wish I could do that, but like it was funny. Well, I kind of figured it was gonna happen, but in the press conference, if you see it towards the end, Allysha Chapman was featured, and she answered one question in Italian, and I felt like that was so cool that she's able to speak her language like that freely, and and you can like turn on the captions to see what was translated if you're not sure, but I thought that was pretty cool, and the game itself as a debut. I mean, first of all, finally, I feel like it's been forever, even though it's only been like a few weeks, but finally, we get to see her play to see what she can bring to the table. And of course, it's a different situation because the team is just struggling to build the attack. And Lisa's just tasked to, of course, do Chappie's job on her first day, which is definitely not an easy task. And she definitely gave you some good impressions, especially whenever she was building up in the attack and just trying to stay back. And even in the press conference, she's more than excited to keep developing over time and adapting to the team in a very competitive league like the NWSL. So I'm definitely looking forward to see her play more. I hope she plays against Chicago this week, and yeah, man, like I'm looking forward to it.
Watching the Texans in the background as I'm listening to you hype up Lisa Bowden. Texans blocked the punt. They're down 4 points in the fourth quarter, so that was huge right there. But I'm excited for Lisa Bowden too, man, and I'm finally glad she got to play. I think it's 2 weeks a little late, but whatever. Get in there, get to play. Too bad it's on a loss. She even mentioned it too. It's on a friggin' loss, but can she make a difference? She's obviously like a set piece taker. We'll see if she gets to take more or how much more. I mean, she's coming from Juventus, so I mean, she's not coming from no joke of a team. She was there for 8 years. So hey, this one's huge. So I hope she can just pick it up. Houston's a lot hotter than Italy, yeah, but you know what? She has a lot of hair. Put that hair in a ponytail and be ready. And just be ready. We kind of got the Red Hot Chicago coming in, but I'm looking forward to what else she can do and build on the end of this season. I'm not expecting us to win the NWSL Cup this season. I would like for us to make the playoffs and just be decisive and not get our butts kicked and handed out and just push out of the
Yeah,
playoffs. So
at least beat Kansas City. That's all I asked for.
oh yeah, beat Kansas City, get them back for the time that we made it to the playoffs that time, and then whatever happens to that, I guess whatever. We're happy. We know what our team is going to look like the following season, plus whatever else Angela cooks up. Some good ramen, some really good noodles, man. Uh, hey, we've got something to look forward to again. It's been a long time since you're going to finish the season, hopefully on a high, and then be coming into a season high, which I think that's where we're going, man. So before we move on, Andres, what Angela's been doing and building and adding these players, is it setting? Is it setting that tone? Stroud almost just threw a direct interception to a guy standing there. He didn't expect it, so it hit him in the face and he dropped it. But what Angela's doing, is the stock going up for you and the fan base believing in what's going on and the move she's making?
It should be going up, or before this game, it was going up like progressively. If Dash fans that have been educated for the past 4 years, or you could say the entire existence of the Dash, like if they're very knowledgeable, they know that this team is starting a new project. That we have the personnel now, and the investment and the time and the project is it's even though it took time, they're showing results right now, and it's a matter of consistency. But on paper, like after the past 6 games, and like even though it was a pretty bad start to the year and it took time for them to find that groove, like they're just showing out those results. The value of the stock is definitely going up slowly, but it's just a matter of winning, 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 and just being a nuisance to other NWSL teams. But Also, as a bonus, winning home games, that's also very important.
Right. And you said slowly. So I'm glad you said that. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. Let's enjoy the situation that we're in and the what looks like the direction we're going in. But
Yeah. And we've been
don't get
sold into different things, different projects by different head coaches, and of course, a lot of history when it comes to certain head coaches and certain players, and of course, a certain environment around the club. But
right.
of course, that was a different time. This is way different now. Of course, it seems that we have a head coach that's applying a project that the players can get behind on. The players speak out very, very well of Fabrice, and it's all a matter of execution. It's all a matter of results.
We'll see if it continues. We'll see if it continues. I think it will. We'll see what Angela says during the off season. We'll see what moves are made. But right now, let's finish this season on a high. Still got 6 games to go. Sitting in 10th, 3 points behind Racing, who has 26. We had 23. North Carolina Courage has 25. Angel City tied with us with 23. So Utah still sitting in last with Chicago, who is coming into Houston this Friday. So y'all be ready. But looking at the standings, man, we're 3 back. Chicago is in friggin' good form, man. Good form. We can go ahead and just talk about it. Chicago's 4 draws and 1 win in their last 5. So unfriggin' beaten and just playing against everybody and just putting up numbers and scoring goals, and somehow they're still sitting at the bottom. But Chicago Stars this Friday in Houston at Shell Energy Stadium, not Shell League, because it's the Dash playing, not Dynamo. But Chicago coming in, Shea Groom coming in. What's going to happen, man? Chicago versus Houston.
It's gonna be an interesting game. I feel like it's gonna be a game that's gonna be heated a little bit. Both teams looking for positioning in the standings, and I feel like Houston has the most to lose because they're back at home. They still have to find consistent winning ways at home. Like it's been very difficult, like for the past few years now, but they're still struggling. They have to find a way to leave a good impression on the fans still, because we're getting those results and we are very close, very very close to get to the playoff line. But if you don't win games, it's not gonna happen, man. And we've already lost this opportunity to get a result out of Utah, and like even though there's plenty of games left, they cannot afford another loss or dropping 2 points if they're looking for a win. So I feel it's gonna be I feel like it's gonna be an interesting game for sure, though.
I got a stat for you, man. I got a stat for you.
All right.
First, what is it? First 15 games of the season, Chicago scored 12 goals. In the last 5 games of the season, in this form I'm talking about, they scored 13 goals.
Insane.
All right, check it out. 3-3 against the Rain, 3-3 against the Courage, 1-1 against whoever the hell that is, 5-2 against sorry ass Orlando right now. Anyways, so Orlando,
Yeah.
but 5-2, and then 1-1 against Portland last week. Man, got De Silva scoring 10 goals on the season right now, but they got goals across the board. Oh yeah, Melissa Nair scored a goal 2 weeks ago to win the game. Like, keep her up. I don't even think it was to win the game. I think it was a tie, but the last minute, last second goal. So you got she's got a goal. Defenders have goals. Man. So they're doing shit. They're making things happen right now. So I'm really excited to see Shea Groom. And that's it. I'm excited to see the Dash win. I'm hoping they can win. Oh man, this one's tough. I said 2-0 at Utah, and we got beat 2-0. Chicago's hot. We've been hot. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2.
That's a good prediction. I was hovering towards a draw, and I'm actually gonna go with that scoreline too because, yeah, like you said, both teams are in certain ways in good form, and they still have lots to prove. Chicago more than like they have nothing to lose really, but to come out here and even if they can manage to get a win, it's gonna be massive for them, and they're gonna add that pressure onto Houston to see what they can do, especially at home, which is a place that everybody knows it's been very difficult for Houston to get the 3 points here this year. So, like we'll see. It's gonna be a good game though.
Touchdown Texans. All right. Whew. That's a good one. Touchdown Texans, by the way. Touchdown Texans.
Finally.
Less than or a little more than 2 minutes ago in the fourth quarter. Gotta go for 2 to make it a 7-point game. But with Lisa with Lisa coming in and getting 30 minutes, could she start? That's a possibility. Chappie will probably get her start. We're gonna come back to Chappie, by the way, and give her a big shout out too as well. But I kind of I want to see Lisa start. I don't know what we're gonna do about Katie right there. I want to see Berkely play, but do you start her straight off? People say center backs. It's a lot easier for you to start coming straight into a new team, and especially playing the center back. I think that can be true, and Berkely can come in if that's the center back we're trading for. Because I know you didn't believe in Lynn to begin with, so has to has to be Berkely. So Berkely has to start, right? The rest of the lineup's going to look good. I'm going to stick with the Maggie Graham, but Maggie Graham's getting a second goal this one. I don't know if it's going to be the tying goal or if it's going to be the goal that gets us ahead and then Chicago ties us up late. But Clarissa Laracy gets the first goal and gets one kind of early. Chicago does their thing. It's 1-1 at half and then 2-2 at the end of the game. But Clarissa Laracy and Maggie Graham, I'm sticking with Maggie Graham. I've just been feeling that she's going to score and she deserves a score. And I feel like a set piece coming off, maybe that corner kick from Lisa Bowden coming across for the ball falls to her. She puts it in. That's where I'm going 2-2, man. Any thoughts on who's going to score in this game for us?
I feel like all the goals are going to be the second half. I feel like both teams is going to take it easy in the first half, and the second half is going to start making mistakes on both sides, and I feel it's going to get interesting. For the goals, I'm definitely okay with Meg Graham getting a contribution of sorts. I feel like the players are going to score are Yasmin Ryan and let's also put Avery Patterson just because it's been a while.
I like it because Yaz has been scoring or contributing recently. Continue it, get that goal. Patterson didn't play that well last game against Utah, so that would be well deserving to get that. So I like that as well. Hopefully we could come out with a win, but we're both calling a 2-2 tie, 2-2 draw, whatever. But maybe Sophie Schmidt can throw her uh, crutches from the bench and deflect the ball into the goal for us and be a super sub again. I don't know how we're going to do it. Evelina Duljan, maybe she can get a goal coming off the bench. I would love to see her again do that because I just enjoy the way she plays. Sometimes she can hold the ball too long, but I like her style, I like her flair. All right, man. Moving on. Chappie's played 100 for the dash. So shout out to Allysha Chapman. 100 games with the Houston Dash. That's an award. That's a fulfillment for a selfish fulfillment, but good job. Way to do it, especially to come get it after having a baby and coming back and just going back into playing soccer and the way you've just grown and improved this season as well. Now, Andres, Allysha Chapman, 100 games, Houston Dash for the Houston Dash.
We've only been blessed with a few players that definitely deserve to be Dash legends, and Chappie's one of them. Like her contributions to the team, and the most important thing for me is just the fact that she's been able to stick out with us for this long. Shows her commitment. Like you could even look back the last 2 years. It was a very difficult transition from coaches and expectations and performances. And I mean, you said it yourself. Maternity leave, it's a big, big commitment to just be a mom. And after that maternity leave period ends, it's more so about if you want to get back to playing, which is very difficult. And in the NWSL level, like the players make it look easy because all they have to do is just train and just get back in the game. Where when in reality it's more than that. Obviously, it takes training and adapting back into match fitness to see if you can contribute to the team. But I mean, you just give birth to somebody and start a family and have a lot of thoughts about how to start a family, how to live life with a child, and on top of the fact that you want to be a professional player for the next few years, which is definitely big, a lot of big decisions and a lot to think about. So it also takes mental fortitude and commitment. So she definitely gets a lot of credit for that, and congrats on my part.
Absolutely. Congratulations, Chapman. Way to go. 100 games for the Houston Dash. Been playing well, too. So I'm looking forward to the Lisa Boat and Allysha Chapman duo over there. To whichever one starts and to whichever one finishes, I expect to see them to cover each other and to play strong. Chapman when you need more defense, and Bowden when you need more a little bit of the attack. But so hey, I'm with her. I'm with her right now. Coming off the bench, being a defensive stop. Uh, her pace has picked up gradually, and it just took her time. Like you said, they don't get to work out when they're pregnant, man. They get to work out marginally, but it's different, like you said. And coming back, we obviously can't tell anybody what it's like coming back from that to begin with. But obviously it's a struggle, is what we're saying, and to do it and to come back and get into the form that you're getting into is super. And then 100 is a mark. So way to go, Chappie. Way to go. All right, man. You ready for the roundup? The roundup, because we're getting to the end of it.
I'm ready for it, except the standings.
Yeah, the standings. We kind of went over the standings, so we'll be over it. But hey, on Friday, Gotham went to San Diego and won 2-0. So San Diego got shut out again at home, and then none other than Jaden Shaw scores for Gotham on her first game. In her first game, like, bro, come on, why'd you trade her to begin with, and then dangerous already to begin with? It's stupid, man. Andres, did you understand that trade?
No.
Yeah,
A lot of teams making interesting trades now.
yeah. I mean, I didn't get it. Whatever. I didn't look into it either at the same time, but yeah, it's incredible. All right, North Carolina Currents. Like we said, Jacobs did not get to play or did not play at all. I don't know why she didn't play. Just probably because you're not used to the team. So that's what we're going to put up to. But North Carolina did win against Angel City at home, 2-1. Orlando at home, 1-1 against Bay. So Orlando doesn't lose, but they don't win. So they're all right. They're all right. Come on, Texan. Let's go. KC Current, Washington Spirit, 0-0. Spirit took a red card in that one. So that's good that KC Current didn't get a win. out of that watching the Texans. We got a minute. We're down under a minute.
Yeah, I mean, it's eternity in American football, unfortunately.
And we're letting them get yards on us too. We're letting. Oh, while we're doing this roundup, I should mention Man City beat Man United this weekend 3-0, and just mention that Man City
Yeah.
or Manchester is blue and will always be blue.
I mean, Manchester United, like, they've been cursed for like over 10 years now. So there should be a walk in the park for Manchester City.
It was Holland scoring twice, getting a brace. But all right, moving back. Chicago 1-1 against Portland at home. So Chicago, that's a good draw against Portland. Portland's a damn good team. We're skipping that next game because it's already there. And then I think Seattle and Racing got suspended.
Yeah, that game got abandoned due to
Oh yeah.
uh
Sorry. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, say it.
no, apparently there was a player's health issue. I
Again.
don't again
Yeah.
definitely scary because they even started the game and they're just coming out and saying that there's been that type of emergency to abandon the game. Of course, that affects the players, not just for your team but also the opponent because it's not right. And credit to both teams for doing the right thing, but it's definitely scary. I believe the player is stable, which is good. Um, and I'm gonna actually look up the actual news.
Yeah, look it up because this is the second time it's happened to this player, and it was recent that it happened as well. The first time, and it sounds like she had a seizure again. Well, as you're looking it up, remind the name. I don't want to butcher her name just because respect for her, but I think this is going to be a supreme health issue, and you're going into coaching now, and you're not playing soccer anymore, and think about yourself because too quick, too fast. What you got? You just muted yourself.
Dang it. Well, no, yeah, the player's name is Savannah De Mello.
Yeah.
The press release for Missing Louisville, they mentioned that. So tonight's Racing Louisville game at Seattle Reign has been abandoned following a medical emergency involving her. Savannah, who received immediate on-field care from medical personnel, stayed on alert as she was transported to a local hospital for further evaluation. And I believe the game got rescheduled already, and which is good. But of course, the most important news being that Savannah's okay. So definitely scary, and yeah, I just hope she recovers very fast. She's okay after that.
Yeah, just recover and just take it easy and quit. Just quit playing soccer now, girl. Just take it easy. I'm sure there's other things. I know soccer's your passion, your love, but coaching. Let's go to coaching. Let's do something. Let's do something different. Let's do something different. All right, But hopefully she will be okay. As the Texans are trying to throw this friggin' game away, the Buccaneers are down to the 5-yard line with 20 seconds to go, and the clock is friggin' running. All right. That was it, man. That was it. That's the roundup. That's the standings we talked about earlier. Good. Second and goal, 9 seconds ago. So only 3 points behind with still 5 to go. 5 to go, but with a tough Chicago team coming in. Anything else you want to say before we move on to the end of the episode?
Just win. Like
Please.
it's definitely easy to say, but there's definitely plenty of games to make up that type of ground. But if you don't win, you're still gonna be playing this kind of mouse game of trying to get past the playoff line. And it sucks because we had the opportunity to do something in Utah. Fortunately, the team was not able to do much about it. And there's still plenty of silver linings and plenty of positives by following that unbeaten streak that ended in Utah. So I just hope they stay sharp mentally and more than anything be ready to to commit for the final push, because you have to win, and more than anything, you have to win at home.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Shout out to Keeper Notes. That's the 2024
Nice.
NWSL Almanac. Look how thick that thing is. That was her business card that fell out. Y'all ignore it. Y'all didn't see it. Look how thick that thing is, man. A lot of information. I used it tonight prior to the show, looking up some stuff, especially like on Berkeley. I tried. God, just gave up a touchdown. They're about to lose now. But I use the book. I'm reading the book. There's a lot of information in there. So if y'all can find one, get one. If you enjoy women's soccer or women's NWSL soccer, check it out. Plan on having her on the show soon as well, y'all. So all y'all that know Keeper Notes or heard her Keeper Notes, stay tuned for a future episode. Dash Dispatch, always on Foxtrot TV and all other platforms. Y'all, man, stay tuned to Foxtrot TV for all the podcasts, for all the press conferences. You get the highlights as well. But we enjoying y'all. Thank y'all for viewing and thank y'all for watching on Foxtrot TV and staying tuned for. We should have a good Foxtrot game day for you this weekend, because I believe both of us will be there this weekend with a doubleheader, with us, the Dash, hosting Chicago Stars, and then the Dynamo hosting whoever the hell they host.
I believe it's Portland.
It is Portland, yeah.
Yep.
I want to go to Portland for the last game of the season with the Dash, so that's why I was thinking Portland, but they want to say Portland. So doubleheader weekend. Hopefully we can do it and get that off, and let's see. But Andres, where can the people reach us? Where can the people see us? Where can the people talk to us?
Of course, like Allysha said, Foxtrot TV, best place to watch all of our content, and we do appreciate your engagement with all the episodes, watching the videos, and make sure you're liking us and all those videos and subscribing if you haven't already. And of course, the best place to, like you mentioned, the episodes, the press conferences, the Foxtrot game days. We should be getting some out very very soon as well. So stay tuned to that. And of course, wherever you're listening to this on your podcast platform, we also appreciate you tuning in, and also make sure you are subscribed and leaving us some feedback if you haven't already. It definitely helps us a lot to see what we could improve, and we definitely appreciate seeing comments for us. So thanks again for that. And of course, that's Dispatch. We do have the written version as part of the weekly newsletter. So make sure you are subscribed to the Substack, which is also available in the profile for either my Twitter or on YouTube, Foxtrot TV. And the handle for Twitter is going to be @DynamicFoxtrot, and same is going to be for Instagram and Blue Sky. We also have a separate profile on X called Little Tiempo. It's just us two trying to make sure that we get you guys all bases covered for Dash, Dynamo, and those. And yeah, still a few more games left in the season, both for Dash and Dynamo and those. So we're reaching the final stretch. All three teams in the playoff hunt. So it's definitely stressful. So you just win. Come on. Just win. Yeah, you don't have to worry about it. Just win. Get as many points as possible. And yeah, please win.
Please. Let's go, Dash. Dynamo, come on, y'all pick it up. I hate y'all right now. And then Dose is struggling, but we understand why Dose is struggling right there. They're the youngest team in history down there playing next pro games, and they're competing and they're strong players. So that's good to see, man. See when these players do excel and do get their chance on the first team, what they're going to look like. So, as Andres said, follow on everything: X, Instagram, Twitter is X, Blue Sky, as he said. Foxtrot TV is probably the most important one for me. Make sure y'all are over there on YouTube. You know, it's on the other platforms too, so you don't want to watch YouTube. You can listen on everything else, but you could also just go to YouTube and just put the phone down and just hear it. Either way, throw it up on your TV right there and check it out. Let us just talk while you clean your room or or make dinner or whatever, just hear us out and check us out, and then comment and say if you agree or not. Let us know. Say hi when you see us on the concourse too, in the stadium. You're going to see us talking. I mean, you can't miss this fucking face. And Andres is going to be there this weekend too, so y'all look forward to it. See that silhouette right there? See that silhouette with that cosmic jersey on? He'll be there. Y'all look
Yeah.
forward to it. All right, that's it. This is the Dash Dispatch, and we have gone beyond tonight. Take this up. See you next time.
Bill was back there to let it go out, and that's going to do it. What a win this was tonight for Utah. It was their game from the start.